Hello all, this video is about the introduction to medical parasitology. Medical parasitology is the study of the parasites. So it is divided into protozoology and the helminthology. So protozoology means it is the study of protozoans and helminthology is the study of helminthes. So now we are going to see what is parasites. So parasites are the living organisms which depends on the another organisms that is called a host. Depends on a living host for their nutrition and the survival. So for example, parasites means tick, lice, fleas, and roundworm, whipworm, hookworm, and tapeworm are the examples for parasites. Next one, classes of parasites. So in these classes, there are total 8 classes of parasites. So first one is the ectoparasite. It is also known as ectozoa. So ectoparasite means it lives outside the surface of the host body without penetrating the tissue. For example, lice, ticks and mites are the examples. So the infection by these parasites is called as infestation. Next one, endoparasite. It lives inside the body of the host, like in the blood, in the tissues, and in the body cavities, etc. So, for example, Leishmania species. So, invasion by the endoparasite is called as infection. So, most of the parasites which causing the human disease are the endoparasite. So, ecto means it lives outside the surface of the host body is called as ectoparasite. Endoparasite means it lives inside the body of the host is called as endoparasite. So next one, temporary parasite. So it just visit the host for a shorter period. Next, permanent parasite. So it can lead the parasitic life throughout the whole life period. Throughout the period of its life, it leads a parasitic life. Then obligatory parasite. So without a parasitic life in the host, it cannot exist. And that is called the obligatory parasite. For example, Plasmodium species. Next one, facultative parasite. So it can live parasitic life or a free living life. For example, Acanthamoeba species. Next one, occasional or accidental parasite. So the parasite which attacks the unusual host is called as occasional or accidental parasite. Example, Echinococcus granulosus, which infect the humans accidentally. Next one, aberrant or wandering parasite. So, which infect a host. This parasite which infect a host where they cannot develop further. For example, Toxocara canis, it is a dog roundworm. So, which infecting the humans. Is the example for the aberrant or wandering parasite. So, next one, what is host? So host is an organism which harbors the parasite. That means it supports the parasite and provides the food, energy and shelter. So next one, types of host. So there are 5 types of host: definitive, intermediate, reservoir, paratenic and accidental host. So first one is a definitive host. It means it either harbors the adult stage of the parasite or the parasite utilizes the sexual method of reproduction. So, for example, in majority of human parasitic infections, man is the definitive host. So, but in malaria, mosquito acts as a definitive host. Next one, intermediate host. So, intermediate host means the host in which the parasite larval stage of the parasite lives or the asexual multiplication take place. It's called the intermediate host. Example, in malaria parasite life cycle, humans are the intermediate host. Next one, reservoir host. So, which harbors the parasite. So, it is a host that harbors the parasite and acts as a source of infection to the other host. So, for example, dogs is the reservoir host of the high-tarded disease. Next one is the paratenic host. So, paratenic host in which the The larval stage of the parasite remains viable, but without further development. That is called the paratenic host. So it acts as a transport or the carrier host. Next one, accidental host. So in which the host in which the parasite is not usually found. It's called the accidental host. Next one is the host-parasite relationship. So in this we can see symbiosis, commensalism and the parasitism. So first one, symbiosis. In this both the host and the parasite depend upon each other. So that is one cannot live without the help of the other is called symbiosis. Both none of them suffer any harm from this association. So next one, commensalism. So in which the parasite only deriving the benefit from the host but without causing any injury or any harm to the host. It's called commensalism. Next one, parasitism. So parasitism means in which the parasite getting benefit from the host but always causing injury to the host. So in commensalism, the parasite doesn't cause any harm to the host. But in parasitism, the parasite which cause harm or injury to the host. That is called the parasitism. Next one, nomenclature of parasites. So in which it has a both generic name and a specific name. So each parasite possesses two names, generic and a specific name. So generic name means it always begins with the initial capital letter. The species name always begins with the initial small letter. So generic and specific names are in italics. For example, Ascaris lumbricoides. It belongs to the genus Ascaris and the species name is lumbricoides. So in this, the genus name starts with the capital letter and the species name starts with the small letter, initial small letter. Next one, classification of parasites. So in this, two classifications are there, protozoa and the helminthes. So protozoa belong to the kingdom Protista, helminthes belonging to the kingdom Animalia. So protozoa is a single-celled organisms, but helminthes is the multicellular worms. They do not multiply in the human host. So protozoa is further divided into four: amoeba, flagellates, sporozoa, and ciliates. So for amoeba, example, entamoeba histolytica. For flagellates, Giardia lamblia is the example for flagellates. Next one, sporozoa, example, Plasmodium species. Next one, ciliates. And the example, Ballantinium coli is the example for ciliates. So next one, helminthes. So it is divided into nematodes, cystodes, and trematodes. So nematode means it is the roundworm. Example, Ascaris species. Cystodes mean it is a tapeworm. Example, Taenia solium. Next one, trematode. It is a flukes. Example, Fasciola hepatica. So if you need the study material for this topic, you can contact my Instagram page. The link is given in the description box. Summary is, first we see the medical parasitology means it is the study of parasite that is divided into protozoology and the helmintology. Next one, parasite is the what is parasite? It depends on a living host for their nutrition and survival. Next, the classes of parasite, ectoparasite, endoparasite, and then temporary parasite, permanent, and obligatory, facultative, and occasional or accidental aberrant parasite. These are the classes of parasite. Next, we see the host. Host is the that supports the parasite and provides food and the shelter. So types of host are the definitive host, intermediate host, reservoir host, and paratenic and accidental host. Next, we see the host-parasite relationship, symbiosis, commensalism, and the parasitism. Next, nomenclature of the parasites. After that, we saw the classification of parasites, that is divided into protozoa and helminthes. Protozoa is further divided into amoeba, flagellates, sporozoa, and ciliates. Helminthes is further divided into nematodes, cestodes, and trematodes. So that's all about the introduction of the medical parasitology. Thank you.